A hand cold as death reached out from the mirror and grabbed Alice's wrist. Its nails were like shards of glass, cutting into her skin. Alice screamed, but no sound came out. It was as if the air itself swallowed her voice. Her eyes locked onto the darkness inside the mirror. Her reflection's eyes had turned pitch black. It wasn't her anymore. It was him. But now the face looked different. Half Alice, half the man. Two souls sharing the same distorted image. He leaned closer, whispering in her ear, "Now it's your turn." Alice tried to pull away, but the hand tightened its grip. The darkness behind the glass deepened, and from within came faint, echoing whispers. Dozens of voices, overlapping, chanting the same thing over and over. "I've always been here." The mirror began to breathe. The house creaked. The lights flickered, and a low hum rose from the floorboards. Alice's heart pounded so violently she thought it might burst. For a moment, she saw herself inside the mirror, a little girl, standing alone in the same dress she once wore. Tears streamed down the child's face. "No," Alice gasped, shaking her head. "You're not real." The little girl looked up at her and smiled. Then her lips moved, but the voice that came out wasn't hers. It was his. "It doesn't matter anymore." A thin crack spread across the mirror. Each fracture glowed faintly, like veins pulsing with light. Then, every light in the house went out at once. Darkness swallowed everything. Alice took one last breath. The final thing she heard was her own voice, but it echoed from inside the mirror, strange, cold, and unrecognizable. "I've always been here." Silence. By morning, the house was completely still. The door was locked from the inside. Neighbors said the TV was on all night, but all they heard was static. When police entered, the house was empty. No signs of a struggle, only a single handprint on the mirror, fresh, warm to the touch. One officer leaned closer, staring at his own reflection. For a split second, he saw someone behind him, a woman's silhouette, standing perfectly still. He turned around. No one there. When he looked back, the handprint was gone. But this time, his reflection wasn't his own. And from that day on, anyone who looked into that mirror swore they could feel someone breathing behind them. Not a human breath, slower, steady, practiced. But whenever they turned around, there was never anyone there, because that breath was no longer Alice's, it was theirs.